What is going on, everyone? This video providing you some sample pictures and videos taken with the Sony Xperia Z2. If you want to download a 4K video file or a 1080p video file taken with a smartphone, you can find links to those downloadable videos in the video description. An issue I'm having with this is that recording in 4K, the phone will overheat after about 3 minutes and stop working. The camera will just stop working for me for a few minutes because it overheats. You have to wait for it to cool down and then continue working on. Anyway, so let's do a zoom test. Pinching and zoom is extremely sensitive and hard to control. That's about half. And there's max. For 4K video, I'm surprised that pinching and zooming quality is this bad and extremely difficult to control. But nonetheless, the camera's just disappointing in an overall sense. I mentioned all these problems in the video review. You can find a link to the video review in the video description. I apologize about the weather, but it's just been a really gloomy month of May this year. It's terrible weather. Oh well. Summer is around the corner. Okay, so this segment is very short. The flash on this phone works great for still images at night when it's pitch black. I showed that image just previously, but when I use this flash while recording a video, it's absolutely horrendous. I don't know why the flash doesn't perform as good. On the Galaxy S5, for example, the flash for editing pictures or video always performs great. On video, it performs bad on the Z2, but while using the Z2 on pictures, it performs fantastic. It's kind of weird, but not a major deal because you shouldn't be recording a video in pitch black situations anyway. Okay, so this is a quick sample with the front-facing 2 megapixel camera, which records at 1080p at 30 frames per second. I know I look like a bum. It's really hot, finally, so don't mind that. And what I'm noticing that even though I'm in a well-lit area, let me see if I can show you guys, there's a lot of noise in the image. There's like a lot of grain up here you guys can see. But the camera's sharp though, that's the weird thing. So the camera isn't terrible because it's quite sharp, but the front-facing camera isn't great either because there's a lot of noise. It's just okay, it's nothing really to boast about, but nothing really to complain about either. Now, I'm going to show you the night footage, so low lighting video footage, and what you're going to notice is that the focus is going to pulse a lot, because I already recorded that. It's going to pulse a lot because the focusing is terrible on 4K. Manual mode, at 1080p at 60 frames per second, there is manual focusing, so I can touch to focus. But 4K recording is awful because you can't touch to focus. There's no manual focusing. So at nighttime, it's pretty bad, but there is a problem with 4K recording overheating anyway, so you shouldn't be using it. So I'll let you guys see it for yourself, and you can judge for yourself if you like it or not still. And here's just an outdoor low lighting clip. The phone is having a lot of difficulty focusing. As you'll see, it just kind of keeps pulsing in and out of focus. It just seems to be having a lot of trouble keeping out. Let me turn to where there's more light, and it seems to be doing even worse. Although, I have to say, when it is in focus in this condition, the lighting looks pretty good. Alright, here's another 4K low lighting test. Notice the sign, the lights, it's kind of faded. Again, I'm noticing that the focus is kind of pulsing. Although in terms of noise level, it's performing a bit better than the Galaxy S5 in 4K low lighting. There's not as much noise in this picture, and it's performing obviously better than the HTC M8 because it only has a 4 megapixel camera. The only problem is focus is not as good, not even close to as good as the Galaxy S5. So there's a bit of a trade-off. You get less noise here, but better focus on the Galaxy S5. Just a quick comparison. Okay, so this is the final part of my low lighting camera test for the Z2. Now, if you're new to my channel, you might be wondering why am I in such a good lit area. There's a point to this. The light above me, I'm going to turn off. And what I'm going to do is make my way past the pool table here, past the foosball table, which is there, past the bookshelf, and around this pillar into that dim lit area over there. I'm going to turn off the light above me and make my way to that area. We can see what kind of objects this camera can pick up. Before I continue any further, I want to mention that I have to really rush this because this phone overheats, as mentioned earlier and in the review when recording 4K. But this pillar here looks a bit greenish yellowish compared to how it does on the HTC M8 and the Galaxy S5. In real life, this should be more like a beige cream color. It looks a bit too green yellowish tint. However, I'm picking up a lot less noise in the picture. So the picture is sharper on the Xperia Z2 camera, which you guys are looking through, but the color is just slightly off, just a little bit, not a big deal. But anyway, let's continue on. Okay, so I can see my foosball table, or sorry, pool table rather, and on the Galaxy S5 I couldn't really see it as much detail, and on the HTC M8, so far the Xperia Z2, which you guys are watching, is performing a lot better. Okay, now I'm looking at my foosball table. It's completely pitch black. The Galaxy S5 and M8 performed a little bit better here, but no biggie. I'm very far from my light source. Okay, so now I'm picking up a bit of my bookshelf. It's performing pretty good actually. With my own eyes, I can actually see the color of all the books, the sides of the books that are sticking out. I can see everything, the colors. On the phone screen, I can't see anything. I can barely make out the frame of the bookshelf. That's closer to the light source. So let me continue on because the camera's going to overheat any second and shut down on me. So I'm going to make my way over to the dim lit area. Okay, so right now I'm pointing at the TV. Let me point at the light and see how quickly it focuses. That was rather quick. Let me point away. That was even faster. Back to the light. So a little bit faster than Galaxy S5. Yeah, it's faster than Galaxy S5, and I'm picking up a lot less noise. As I mentioned, the picture's a lot clearer than the Galaxy S5 and the HTC M8 in low lighting conditions, but there's an overheating issue on 4K. And the HTC M8 cannot record in 4K, it can only record in 1080p. Anyway, so the camera's going to overheat any second and close on me, which is very unfortunate, but be sure to check out the review of this phone, the gaming demo video, comparisons to the Galaxy S5, comparisons to the HTC M8, all that good stuff. You can find it in the video description. I'm going to leave this video at this, and be sure to also... So surprise, surprise, the video actually did shut off on me because the camera overheated. Anyway, the last thing I was trying to say before it cut off when I edit this into my video editing program is that I was trying to say be sure to download the 1080p clip and the 4K video clip taken with the Xperia Z2 in its original file format and completely unaltered. Those links are also in the video description. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, be sure to check out my Facebook, Google+, Twitter link, also in the video description. Hit the like button, it does help. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.